you don't know what isn't, you don't know what you should be afraid of, what you shouldn't. So all those things were bouncing around in my head, along with the idea of write a book about love, write a book about love. And somehow the idea of love and disease got kind of combined. And then I started thinking, you know, if you looked at the symptoms of romantic love, especially in its early stages, it has a lot in common with the psychiatric disorders we usually treat with medication in this country. And that's how the idea of Delirium was born, which is about a world in which love has been declared a contagious disease and scientists have figured out how to cure it. I should say as a side note that while I was first writing Delirium, there was an article in the New York Times saying that scientists had basically largely isolated the chemical compounds, chemical reactions responsible for provoking feelings of being in love. And the article speculated that in the not too distant future they'd be able to develop a pill you could take if you had your heart broken, if your boyfriend broke up with you, or if you were in love with somebody who didn't love you back, that would keep you from experiencing that intensity of feeling. So it's not really sci-fi, people. So that was Delirium. Pandemonium, the second book, it's a trilogy. Pandemonium, the second book. Delirium is very much kind of a single girl's story. It's the story of the main character, Lena, as she basically, again, evolves from somebody who's incredibly obedient and believes everything that her culture and her parents and her religion have taught her, to someone who, due to a combination of circumstances, really begins to question everything. Pandemonium, as the title suggests, pandemonium means chaos, is a much broader book. It shows us the developing and incipient revolution in greater detail. It shows Lena once again changing due to circumstances beyond her control. Requiem, the final book, which I'm doing now, on tour for now, it's over, is just where everything explodes. Actually, one of the things I'm proudest of in Requiem is it's always a struggle with a series because for each book you have to give your audience what they loved about the first book, but you also have to make it better and different. So it has to be all the same and totally different. And that's a real challenge. And also as a writer who likes challenges, if I don't connect, unless I think I'm doing something different, I start getting bored, and then it shows in my writing, and the book is boring. So in Delirium, it's told from one person's point of view, and it's linear, chronological. In Pandemonium, I alternated time frames, which was different for me, and I really liked experimenting with that structure. And in Requiem, I actually introduced a second point of view, which I'm very proud of because it's an atypical choice for the third book in a series. The book is told both from Lena's point of view and Hannah's point of view. Hannah is Lena's best friend who lives in Portland. And the storylines alternate until eventually they converge. I'm going to pause, read a little tiny bit, and then I'm going to take questions. Also, somebody has to ask me about my middle grade books because I forgot to talk about them.